Yeah.
Look at that thing.
He's coming in hot.
Fall through a hole for this fish. Hey everybody, welcome back to another installment of Michigan Hardwater Report, where we cover ice conditions from all across the state of Michigan. Just want to remind everybody to make sure you like this video if you appreciate these reports, if you find them helpful. And if you haven't yet, please consider giving us a subscription. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps support the channel immensely. Also, as a reminder, every Sunday over on Facebook, and then also here on our community on YouTube, we drop reports for everybody to share their current conditions. Be on the lookout for those. They are zone specific, so if you could drop your reports in the correct post, that would be greatly appreciated. Let us know what county you're in, and we'll make sure we get that report shared. You can also share pics, videos. If you have a fishing report you'd like to share also. And we're just looking for counties. You don't have to name your lake if you don't want to. So we appreciate all the submissions. With that said, let's get this started.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again this week. I'm Dennis Poet with the Southeast Michigan Ice Report. First up this week, we've got Trudge on from YouTube again. He's reporting that last week it was open water as far as I could see in Jackson County. No need to get the spud out. His words. We've got at Scott Hill Outdoors from YouTube. Reports northeast Oakland County sitting on 6 inches of good ice as of Sunday. Next up from Facebook, we got Chris Mathis. He's reporting 4.5 inches on his home lake in Howell. Looks like he and his daughter put 40 gills out on the ice that day. Thanks for the report there, Chris. Congratulations. My ice report comes out of Wayne County. My home lake is Belleville Lake. Last week it was really, really dangerous. Lots of open water. Since we got this big old freeze that came in, temperatures are dropping, we're making quick ice. From what I'm gathering from the guys around here, it looks like 4 to 6 inches in places all over Belleville Lake and Ford Lake is what I'm getting. But with this cold snap that we got and what I've looked at for the next 10 days, it looks like we're going to be on like Donkey Kong for the rest of the ice season. There should be good ice real soon. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Tight lines. Be safe while you're out there. We'll see you next week.
What's going on, guys? Bill here from Michigan Outdoors Report, checking in from Northern Bay County. Right now, 10-day forecast looks fantastic. Not a whole lot of days above freezing at all. And almost all of our nighttime lows are below zero. So we're definitely making good ice. I don't want to jinx it, but the wind is kind of laid down for a while and gave the bay a real good chance to freeze. Get out of that. Giving the bay a real good chance to freeze. I know some guys are getting out on the east side right now. They got a little bit better ice than we do. Over here on the west side, I haven't heard of too much traffic going out far, but I'm hearing a lot of chatter. Quite a few guys are getting amped up and starting to get stuff in order to start getting out deep. So I'd probably say by next weekend, I'll be out there. So there's that. Guys on the river, they're reporting anywhere between 5 to 7 inches. The biggest thing with the river guys is just spud, because with that water flow in there, that ice can sometimes get really inconsistent. So you might be on 6 inches over here, and you might be on 2 over here. So just use your spud, make sure you're on good, solid ice. And aside from that, be safe, be smart about it. Yeah, we got the temperatures. We're building ice like crazy. I'd really like to get out this weekend, but not feeling well has got me sitting home. So I'm sitting this one out, and hopefully by midweek next week, I'll be feeling good enough to get out there. Hopefully next week's report will be from a shanty. So till then, you guys get out this weekend, be safe. We'll see you next week.
Hey everybody, Tim checking in for the West Michigan report. We finally have some good reports coming in out of West Michigan. So the temperatures and the weather have cooperated enough that folks are getting out on the ice all over that West Michigan area, getting reports of Muskegon Lake getting skimmed over and getting some firm ice there, 4 inches plus in some parts of that lake. Got one report this week from Facebook. Brad Jordan reports Lower Ionia County was hit hard by the thaw, but is expecting to be back on safe ice by this coming weekend. Scouring the internet also, again, just seeing a lot of positive reports out there. A lot of guys still heading north yet, but with this this weather that we have going on, it's definitely going to help produce good ice conditions. So as we go through this weekend and hit those sub-zero temps, we ask that you guys please keep a good close eye on the ice, and if there's any pressure cracks, any areas of concern, if you could report that into us to share for next week, maybe draw it out on a map. These reports are all about safety, so anything helps and would be greatly appreciated. Looking at the weather for West Michigan from now through early part of next week, looks great. There's going to be a little bit of weather coming through, snow going to hit the area, but the temperatures are about to plummet big time this coming weekend. And when we talk about safety, that's another thing to keep in mind. They're talking wind chills 20 to 30 below in different parts of the state, including West Michigan. If you are going to venture out onto the ice, just be very mindful of that. Hypothermia can set in quick. Frostbite can happen before you know it. So just keep all those factors in mind as you do head out. We are talking sub-zero temperatures, just the temperature, and then you factor in the wind chill, like I said, 20 to 30 below. Looking into the early part of next week, we're talking highs in the teens and overnight lows in the single digits, again dropping to zero and sometimes below zero. This coming weekend, though, is absolutely going to be brutally cold, which will help the ice. It's going to grow fast, and again, it's going to put a lot of pressure in different areas. That shore ice might kind of cave up onto land. So just be safe out there. Please send in your reports next week. We need more than one report, guys. Send those reports in, any pics, any videos. If you want to show off your success, we'd love to share that. So until next week, stay safe and tight lines.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Michigan Outdoors Report, ice reports from around the state of Michigan. I hope everybody's been having a chance to get out. I know the southern half of the state kind of took a big hit the past couple weeks, but we are bouncing back. Today at my house, it is currently 28 degrees. The last couple days, yesterday I think it was 16 degrees as a high, and the day before I think it only got up to 12. So ice is being formed again, thank God. I know the water stayed cold, so it should form it up pretty quick and get everybody back out there safely. Before I grab my reports and kind of handle it in, again, everybody knows me as probably the check the ice guy, but I will always reiterate, make sure you're spudding your way out and always check that ice and make sure that you're walking out and it can handle what you're throwing at it. So just to get into it, Zone 1, which would be the lower southern western side of the state, Joshua Smith out of Berry County said he got out and did some moving around, checking some local lakes around him. Found anywhere from 3 to 5 inches in places, canals, stuff like that. But he did report that there is still a lot of open water. It's going to be a common, again, and I'll get into kind of what the weather that I've seen coming up. But hopefully that should be locking up for you guys soon and producing some really good ice. I know we've got a little bit of snow coming. I know we're expected 1 to 3 here in Tuscola County today. I think another 1 to 3 on Sunday. But the temperatures in between there are going to be pretty harsh. I show a low of -8, I think, coming in here Friday night. So it's going to get, we're going to get some cold weather. So we should be getting some ice put in there. Also, Steve Morris out of the Allegan area, he just reported not yet, but it's getting there. So I'm guessing he's found some pretty thin ice that way, and probably kind of throwing out there that most of the lakes that way in Allegan, for him anyways, that he's checked, are probably not safe. So take that into note. Like I said, stuff should be freezing up since some of these reports came in. I'm guessing this week's been probably pretty good to get a nice, good, strong coat back on them. But give it some time, man. We're gonna get it, and it'll hang around once it's here. It looks like a lot of cold weather coming up. So let's bounce up to the Upper Peninsula. I actually had some information come in this week. Thank you guys from up there. Kyle Nelson reported Dickinson County, 10 inches on the river behind his home. And then he had heard and also seen 18 to 20 inches on some of the lakes surrounding him. That's extreme. That's a big jump. That's what we like to call, even though no ice is safe ice, that's what we like to call safe ice for a big dude anyways, this guy. I like it thicker. James Drake also came in and said, great ice, just be careful on the bigger bays. So I'm guessing Big Bay to knock. I know Jordan, we were speaking last night, and he said that he's hoping that I think it's Keweenaw Bay up there, he's excited that they might get some ice in there this year finally, if it holds together. Starting to skim some ice up that way. He'd like to get on, try to get on some whitefish and stuff like that in the bay right there. I've been up in that area bear hunting, and it's absolutely beautiful, so I can only imagine what it'd be like to fish it up there. And then also, Robert Warner sent in Chippewa County. He was fishing on 10 inches of ice. Sent this nice picture of this northern end that he pulled through. Nice catch, by the way. Congratulations. So it seems like UP, you guys are obviously a little colder than we are down here in the southern end of the state. Seems like everything's holding together up there. You guys, I don't think, got hit with the warm weather like we did down here. And we took a big hit. There was a lot of lakes opened back up, but since then are starting to refreeze. It's only a matter of time, guys. Give it a week. We go into down this way. UP, you're going to be cold and snowy as usual. I know you guys have got some real cold weather coming in the next couple days. It's kind of a story for the downstate too. Like I said, we're looking at supposed to be -8 here on Friday evening, so that'll push a pretty good amount of ice. Big thing too is I've noticed, like any of the rivers that I've passed up here by my house, guys are going to deal with a lot of chunk ice, man. That stuff started breaking up, started flowing down river, and now you got a lot of surface ice where it's crashed into each other, it's sticking up. Just be careful. Those are kind of dangerous spots too, when that ice is broken up and come back together, and then it starts to refreeze, and you think you're okay, and the next thing you know, you step on a piece that breaks free, and you either end up in the water, or who knows, you could get sent down the river. And we don't need to hear too many more stories. I've watched a couple videos this past week of some rescues down the south end of the state, and it's I'll reiterate, there's no fish worth your life. So get out there, keep sending your reports in. We strongly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the reports. Thank your fellow fishermen across the state of Michigan for giving us the information that we need so we can just kind of pass it on. And tight lines, man. Use them spuds. Come home to your family safe. Love y'all. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.
What's going on, everybody? Robert here checking in. So I'm just going to get right into it. This week's report is looking good. Everything in the north is sounding good, looking good. Yeah, some areas got some snow, but it's wintertime in Michigan, so we kind of got to take the punches as we go. You know, we can't have it perfect every year, but things are definitely looking a whole lot better than they did over the last couple of weeks. I'm just going to jump right into it. We've got Burt Lake, Mullet Lake, and Black Lake. They are all reporting good perch and walleye bites. From what I've seen online and people I have talked to, there's been some really, really good perch fishing in Burt Lake here lately, especially over the last week or so. Even with the cold snap coming in, guys are still getting out there, getting on them. Sounds really good up there. Bear Lake and Kalkaska has been good. I guess they've been getting quite the mixed bag out that way. A little bit of everything. At Seagull Lake, the conditions are still good. There's a little bit of slop on top, but from the way I understand it and from what I heard over the last couple of days, the fishing is kind of slowed a little bit, but I mean, with the cold front coming through and these bitter temperatures, anything is possible. I'm assuming it's probably going to slow down a little bit for just about everybody, unless you're in one of those hot spots. It is what it is. Skigmog, they're still getting out on Skigmog, chasing the perch. From what I've heard, you got to get a ways out, get on one of the weed lines. But if you can find the edge of them weed lines, pretty much where everybody's at, you'll definitely get into the perch. Long Lake and Grand Traverse County starting to get some pretty good reports of perch and walleye coming out of there. Ice, from what I understand, from last week to this week, everything is starting to really harden up, and things are looking good out that way. So I'll definitely be hitting that one here in the next few days if I can get some time to get out there. Fletcher's has been good. The guys were up there over the weekend for ice camp, and they definitely got into some good ones. Most of you probably seen Bill got a really nice brown out of there. So all the reports coming out of there, good crappie. Perch has been kind of hit and miss, lots of sorting with the danks and whatnot, but I mean, that's perch fishing. Lake Mitchell, Lake Cadillac, both of them are still good to go. Guys getting out all over them. Fishing has been kind of slow down there, but I think the weather has got a lot to do with that one too. Getting reports out of Houghton. Houghton Lake has been good, fair, you could say. Walleye's been decent out there, nothing crazy, to write home about, anything like that. But Lake Charlevoix is actually coming in, and from what I'm hearing, guys are finally getting out on Lake Charlevoix. Chasing perch, walleye, some pike have been taken out of there. Nothing too crazy yet. It sounds like there's still some areas that are questionable, but with the weather that we've got coming and what we've had over the last couple of days, I think it's going to be really, really good. And the big lake that everybody seems to be asking me about over here in Grand Traverse County, Green Lake in Interlaken. It is locked up. It's anywhere from 5 to 7 inches over off the east side. Guys are getting out, and yes, the smelt are biting. There's been guys out anywhere from, I don't know, I'd say 50 to upwards of 75 feet in the middle of the day, and they're catching them. So what I've been told, everybody that has been catching the smelt so far has been over on the west side, on the Betsy River side. So can I confirm it? No. I haven't been out there myself, but I will be making a trip out there here in the next few days. And with the weather that we've got coming here, I would say over the next close to 2 weeks, things are definitely going to get a lot harder than what they are now. If there are some soft areas, they should lock up pretty good, and fishing should get pretty good. I mean, most of the lakes around here that I know of were already locked up. They started getting a little bit soft, but with temperatures coming, they're talking highs in the teens, lows in the single digits. I think here on Friday they're talking a high of 0. So the cold weather is here. The cold we need is here. Things are only going to get better from here. But with that, we're going to wrap up this week's video. Thanks you guys for tuning in. All the video submissions, picture submissions, we appreciate it. If you're not following us, we are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify. I will say with Spotify, we have some podcasts coming out here over the next couple of weeks. We've actually got quite a few, and we've got some really, really good ones that you may want to tune into. Definitely some informational ones coming out. Things I would definitely be paying attention to, especially if you're into the whole thing with the DNR and the NRC and all the talk. We've got some stuff coming that we definitely want to pay attention to. It's gonna be interesting. We'll just leave it at that. But until next week, see ya.